Hi. So when I'm working with sellers, a question I often get is, well, what is my house worth, right? People look online, they see all sorts of valuations, they hear what their neighbor's house sells for, and they think, gosh, my house is better. It could totally be worth more, right? Well, there's a number of ways that you can look at the value of your home, but I'll tell you about what I do that I think is most efficient. So keep in mind that depending where you live, there may or may not be recent sales of homes that are similar to yours. So if you're in a cookie cutter neighborhood, down in Denver or in the suburbs like Highlands Ranch or Stapleton, there's probably going to be 3 or 4 houses that are very similar to yours within a 2-block radius. Perhaps it sold in the last couple months, and that's going to be a little bit easier to come up with a value, right? And it's important to come up with something that's going to be realistic for when you put the house on the market, because you want to attract the most number of buyers. Even in an appreciating market, folks that do put their house on the market for more than the value do alienate some buyers, because the buyers in this market are used to bidding up the houses above the asking price. And if they see your house is overpriced, they're going to say, well, now they're going to want even more. So, we have to really price it correctly to attract the most number of buyers that are interested in your home. Now, if you're in an area where there aren't cookie cutter houses, say perhaps the foothills, that's an area where it takes a little bit more skill to properly price the home, because there's a number of factors that impact the value. So it's not just square footage, beds and bathrooms, which of course is something that we start with, but you have to look at how big is the property, how much of it is usable. Is it 10 acres that are on a slope with a postage stamp area that's flat and usable, or is it a beautiful flat spot where people can have animals and horses and llamas and goats and chickens, whatever they want, and have the room to use the land, right? And some people, they might be okay with that sloping property if they've got fantastic views in the distance. So there's things you have to look at in terms of condition of the house. Well, they may not have the same floor plan. Do they have similar kitchens and bathroom finishes, as far as the same style and price point? These are all things that come into play when you're trying to come up with a home's value. Now, there are all sorts of valuation tools online. A lot of people like to jump on Zillow. There's also another tool that I like. It's actually called Homebot. And I'm going to include a link here so you can go ahead and sign up for it. And that's a great tool because you can go in there and get a valuation ballpark price, but also add in your mortgage and calculate if you were to make extra payments a little bit every month, how much quicker you can pay off your mortgage, if you can afford to go ahead and buy an investment property or maybe a vacation property, right? Based on the equity that you have in your house. Maybe you take out and use it for renovations or buying that second property. So it's a great tool. So I would encourage you to sign up for that because you all sorts of information. But if you do really want the most accurate value of your home today, give me a call. I'm happy to put together what we call a comparative market analysis. It's very similar to an appraisal, but it takes into factor recent sales in your neighborhood, the market conditions, and the features of your home that buyers find to be most interesting and valuable in what they're seeking in their home purchase. So there's a lot of different ways to go about this, but when you're working with someone that does it day in and day out, the value gets more and more accurate when you're ready to put the house on the market. If you have any questions, give me a call. Always happy to help. Take care.